Welcome back to yet another episode of Before You Summon. Like I already said in the January showcase, we have not yet had a colorful corner. This means that all names pertaining both to card, skill names and the event itself is due to change, as we have not gotten the official translation title for any of these things. So keep in mind that I am using the placeholder names from the Japanese fan translation for now. But our first event of 2026 is Time to Take Off, that will run from January 11th to January 19th. This is a Vivi Bad Squad unit focused event in the Happy attribute with TOYA as the focus character and the rest of Vivi Bad Squad, as well as their virtual singers acting as supporting cast. And we obviously have two characters available in the exchange shop, with Anne taking the 2-star slot with her card Behind the Troubles, while Akito takes the 3-star slot with his card View from the Plane. Anne is of the cute attribute, while Akito is of the mysterious attribute, meaning that both of them sees use in one event each. Anne sees use in the event Aim Higher and Higher, that will run from May 31st to June 7th. And she is considered higher gameplay value for this event. Akito, on the other hand, sees use during the event Overcome One's Limits, that will run from the 20th of November to the 28th of November. And Akito is considered lower gameplay value for this event, as he is available in the gacha with a 70% event bonus. Of course, these are not the only cards added with the event Time to Take Off, as we also have the event gacha Unknown Tone, that will be available between January 11th and January 21st. This is a permanent gacha, meaning it abides by the standard permanent gacha rules. There are 3 new cards being added with the gacha, all 3 of them being considered the focus characters for the event, meaning they will grant a 70% event bonus for event team building. With them being permanent, they only come with a new exclusive costume each, and all of the cards will be matching the event attribute Being Happy. Due to this happy attribute, all 3 of them will see use in one single event, and then KOHANE will have one additional instance of future usability. So instead of mentioning this event over and over for all 3 of the cards, I will be mentioning it here, as all 3 cards sees use in the event Competitive Fire, that will run from July 31st to August 6th. In the gacha for this event is Anne, TOYA and Vivi Bad Squad Luca, of course making TOYA lower gameplay value, as he is available with a 70% event bonus, while KOHANE and Len are higher gameplay value, as they are only ever available with a 50% event bonus. TOYA and Len's card will of course skip the future usability section, as they have no future usability outside of this event, while KOHANE will of course cover her one more instance of future usability. I am still working on the complete guide to the second batch of World Link events, so I will skip the nitty-gritty details for this event as well, but I will show the dates for the World Link events for both the Vivi Bad Squad one and the Virtual Singer one on screen right now. But for now, I will not go into detail, as I will go into way more detail during the complete guide, which I can then link back to in future Before You Summon episodes. But with that, let's get into our first card, of course being the focus character of the event, TOYA and his card At the Corner of a Foreign Country's Street.
ここはいろいろな音が聞こえてくる。
And TOYA is a healer skill card with the skill name Unexpected Story About My Family, and healer skill cards will recover 350 life and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1, with TOYA's new costume being called Dance of Freedom. And TOYA has 3 upcoming new limited cards, 2 of which we've already mentioned the events for. The first event TOYA will show up in is Aim Higher and Higher, that will run from the 31st of May to the 7th of June. Then we have the event we just recently mentioned, Competitive Fire, that will once again run from the 31st of July to the 6th of August. Finally, we have the most recent limited event as of recording this, New Year's Blessing Dance of Prayer, that will run from the 31st of December to the 9th of January 2027. And TOYA has 2 upcoming reruns. As always with limited rerunning gachas, the second rerun of any given limited gacha is the final rerun before the gacha is discontinued and the cards join the Recollection Festival gacha pool. If you want more information about what this entails, check out my general guides about the Recollection Festivals linked down in the description. The first gacha, however, that TOYA will show up in is the first rerun of the Eternal Bouts gacha, happening in May, with its second rerun already confirmed for November 2026. With the second rerun, we will see TOYA in being the first rerun of the Talent Blooms Gacha in October, with no second rerun, of course, yet confirmed. Which leads us into our second character in the gacha, Kohane, and her card, The Biggest Bite One Can Take.
いただきます。
Kohane is a perfect score skill card with the skill name A Real Authentic Hamburger, and perfect score skill cards will grant 110% score bonus for 5 seconds for perfect taps only at talent level 1. With Kohane's new costume being called the Dance of Zeal. And in addition to her future usability during competitive fire, Kohane sees use in one more future event, being Aiming for the True Route Together. This event will run from the 10th of December to the 19th of December and has Mafyu, Kohane, and Nycord at 25 Luca in the gacha, of course making Kohane lower gameplay value as she will be available with a 70% event bonus. And Kohane has 2 new upcoming limited cards. One of which being a standard limited card and one of which being a special case. The standard limited card will come from the event Aim Higher and Higher that we've already mentioned before, once again running from the 31st of May to the 7th of June. Her special new upcoming limited card, however, comes from the Tamagotchi collaboration gacha, where all Tama friends dream gacha, that will run from the 19th of September to the 5th of October. This is of course a collaboration gacha, and this collaboration has not yet been confirmed on the English, Taiwanese or Korean server yet. This means that this gacha might not arrive at all on any of these servers if the collaboration falls through. And even if the collaboration is confirmed, there is a big possibility that the date will change for any one of the 3 given servers. As we've had several situations where collaboration events have either been moved way ahead of schedule or way later than they were on the Japanese server. So keep this in mind and keep your eyes peeled for further information about the Tamagotchi collaboration, but if you're very interested in the cards, at least mark the dates and make sure to start saving crystals in case the collaboration comes early. And when it comes to rerunning gachas, Kohane has 3 upcoming ones. The first gacha we will encounter Kohane in is the first rerun of the Photogenic Valentine's gacha, happening in February, with its second rerun already confirmed for September 2026. Then she will show up alongside TOYA in the first rerun of the Eternal Bouts gacha in May, with its second rerun once again confirmed for November 2026. Finally, she will show up in the first rerun of the Party of Blast gacha, happening in July, with no second rerun yet confirmed. And this only leaves us with our final character in the gacha, Len, and his card, A Big Breakfast. Len is a perfect locker skill card with the skill name How to Spend One's Time During a Flight, and perfect locker skill cards will change all bad and higher tabs into perfect for 5.5 seconds, as well as granting an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. With Len's new costume being called Dance of Pleasure. And Len has 2 new upcoming limited cards. The first one is just around the corner in the event Put Your Heart Into This One Stitch, that will run from January 31st to February 8th. With the second event he will show up in being And So, the Clock Hands Start Ticking, that will run from April 30th to May 6th. And in addition, Len has 3 upcoming reruns, 2 of which are standard and 1 of which is a special case. The first standard limited gacha we will encounter is the final rerun of the Emotional Music March gacha, happening in March. This is followed by the final rerun of the Your Ticket to the City of Splendors gacha, happening in August. And the special case rerun is of course the second rerun of the 7 Deadly Sins collaboration gacha, Memory of Wrongdoing, that happened in November of last year on JP. The same thing reigns true that did for the Tamagotchi collaboration. This second rerun for the 7 Deadly Sins collaboration has not yet been confirmed on either the English, Taiwanese or Korean server. This means we don't know if this collaboration will rerun on either of these servers, and even if it is confirmed to be rerunning, the date could be way earlier or way later, so keep your eyes peeled for more information through the official channels. But with that, we have covered all of the cards available in the Unknown Tones gacha, so instead we can look towards the event team building. And with this being a unit-focused event, we once again have all of the virtual singers able to grant the 50% event bonus as long as they are the correct attribute, being happy, and the correct unit, being either Vivi Bad Squad or blank/unitless. And getting into the asterisks for the 2-star and 3-star card, this time around we have 7 of them, 4 of which are connected to collaboration events and 3 of which are actual asterisks. As always, if you did not participate during a collaboration event or a collaboration campaign, such as the movie code campaign, you cannot have the cards available from those campaigns, as the cards are considered limited and not available in the standard gacha pool. This time around, this of course includes the Slothful Sleepless Widow from 7 Deadly Sins, as well as the Rin featuring little twin stars from Sanrio, and the Let's Enjoy the Movie Anne and Len. As for the real asterisks, the 2-star Akito comes from the event Whip Yourself Into Shape, and he entered the standard gacha pool with the event Glow Glorious Glow that ran last month, meaning if you did not pull during December, you have no way of having this Akito if you did not play during Whip Yourself Into Shape. In addition, the 2-star Toya and the 3-star Anne both come from the event Over Rad Squad that has yet to enter the standard gacha pool at all. But with those out of the way, let's get straight into the 4-star cards. And this time around we have 22 available 4-star cards, with 6 events bringing more than 1 card at the time, with 3 of these events being some form of limited and 3 of these events being permanent. The limited events in order of release starts with Stray Bad Dogs. This is followed by a technicality through the event connected through Sekai Cherry Blossom that was connected to a colorful festival, as it is the 1.5 anniversary. In the colorful festival was a happy attribute Toya, as well as the happy attribute Len Vivi Bad Squad card from the event being connected to the same gacha in a technicality, with the final event being a semi-limited one in the form of the Virtual Singer World Link event with you at Sekai's beginning. As for the permanent events, we first saw the event Find a Way Out, followed by the event Kick It Up a Notch, and finally the event The First Concerto, which leaves us with 6 remaining cards. However, 2 of those are asterisks. The first card we encounter in order of release was the KOHANE from the event Time to Hang Out, which was followed by a limited Anne from the event In This Singing City, also known as the 2.5 anniversary. This is then followed by the semi-limited World Link KOHANE from the Vivi Bad Squad World Link event Break Down the Wall, which was finally capped off with the Akito from a very recent event Get Fit and Fly Muscle Training, with the 2 asterisks being collaboration limited cards. The first one, of course, in the form of Alan, the Servant of Evil for Len, and the second one in the form of Toya's Sanrio collaboration card featuring Pochacho. Finally, we have 6 additional birthday cards available. This includes the first year Luca, KOHANE, and Miku, the second year Toya and Len, as well as the 4th year Akito. But that covers our entire event team building selection. And while it's definitely not the worst event team building I've ever seen, it's heavily favored towards Vivi Bad Squad fans only, as a good majority of the cards actually comes from Vivi Bad Squad unit-focused events. And while we have the 1.5 anniversary and the 2.5 anniversary bringing cards which are both very popular limited gachas, Vivi Bad Squad is really missing hard-hitting cards from very popular mixed limited gachas to weigh up the roster. I will though give a massive plus for having 2 available Vivi Bad Squad virtual singer cards in the 3-star category, meaning you have actually 6 characters to fall back upon if you do not have 4 stars for every single slot. So if you're not a Vivi Bad Squad fan, I really hope you can gather at least 270 to 280% event bonus, and if you are a Vivi Bad Squad fan, I feel like it should be rather easy to get that 300% event bonus. But once the event ends, we will see an afterlife. The afterlife will be available between December 19th and December 20th. Participating in the afterlife will grant you 300 crystals and a stamp. The stamp this time around of TOYA called My Heart Was Moved. And of course, since this is a unit-focused event, we have a commissioned song called Haven. Haven will be granted to you through your in-game mailbox on January 19th and releases with a virtual singer version as well as a Sekai version. In addition, Haven has 2 upcoming alt vocals that you can look forward to. The first one is for TOYA and should be available sometime in May of this year, while the second one is Len and should become available sometime in November of this year. But with that, we have covered everything you needed to know about the event Time to Take Off. I actually quite enjoy this event's story and the new path that Vivi Bad Squad is taking by going to America for year 4. While not all of the unit-focused events during year 4 are going to be very hard-hitting or actually land correctly, I do think that this event does its job very well and does establish our new setting for the gang. I will also say that the trained TOYA art is one of my favorite art styles available in Project Sekai, and I'm quite upset that once again a really cool art style decision is only kept to a single card instead of giving it to the entire set. The KOHANE and Len, in my opinion, just kind of feel cheap when you look at them in comparison with the TOYA. It's just such a good trained card art. However, what I think isn't really important. I wanna hear what you guys think about the event Time to Take Off. Are you excited for Vivi Bad Squad showing up in America and expanding their horizons, or are you not that big of a Vivi Bad Squad fan? While you're down there typing away your comment, make sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend, as all of these things help me immensely, and maybe even consider subscribing if this video has been helpful. And of course, I want to extend a special thank you to all of my Patreons for continuously supporting me. With an extra big and warm thank you to all of my Append players. Being Bambi, Gabby Z, Helen P, 001 Star, Mia Marie 21, Opal Siren, Peterish, Shoop, and Verita Zuwu. As always, you guys are truly amazing, and if you wanna join them in supporting me that little bit extra for as low as $1 a month, check out my Patreon linked down in the description. But if you cannot afford it, do not feel pressured, as watching the video and subscribing to the channel is more than enough support from your side. But with that, I have rambled far long enough. Let's get out of here for the week.